car, you feel, why only our country is so dirty. Typically, environmentalists have got bad name.
Correct.
Because nowadays, if you see that people use it like a gali to environmentalists.
The main problem here is there is no will or there is no genuine intention.
So they were supposed to build this 11 new STPs. Till now, the construction of STPs is not complete. Rather than doing that, what the government is doing now is they are building this riverfronts, okay, which is called as Riverfront Development.
River development, that development of environment, we will call it a concretization basically.
Now it is there, but what you have is a construction project. Are you cleaning the river? No. What you are doing is you are constructing something on the bank. So it's a construction project.
We have been participating into so many conferences related to the environment, climate change. At the government level, we are already doing that.
This project is not cleaning river. This project is 4,700 crore rupees project. If you see, like in our culture, religious, people say that Devi hai, Mata hai, but actually we have made our rivers products.
What kind of right rivers have? Hello everyone, welcome to the Vivek Show. Today we have with us very special guest. She has worked in the corporate for more than 30 years. And after the corporate life and lot of success in the corporate, right from doing coding to handling so many operations in the software domain, after the 30 years of successful career, she has shifted to the social activities and prominently environmental activities. So I welcome Prajakta Mahajan ma'am, the environmental activist, and she has been constantly working in the Pune domain for the river protection and trees preservation. So let us have a brief discussion with ma'am. So ma'am, welcome to the Vivek Show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you ma'am. So ma'am, the first question, because क्योंकि corporate life में like there are so many people who aspire a lot of success in the corporate life, which you have already achieved. So you had a very nice corporate life and you were very much successful. You headed so many positions in so many different verticals and in so many different organizations, and that too very prominent global organizations. So after reaching to that peak level of your career success, and now you have suddenly, if not suddenly we can say, because I don't know that is sudden or a gradual. So that is also the first question, that was it sudden or gradual?
Actually, I was involved in some social activities even in my college days. I used to do that. And even when I was working, I was always in touch with organizations, maybe not actually working, but sometimes donating or connecting or reading about it. So I was always, I had this affinity towards social causes. That was always there. And especially related to water, river, because I think when I was in college and when I graduated, during that time also, I was associated with a group that was working on watershed management and related to drought and how you do things. So then later on, I was also following closely what that Pani Foundation is doing. So I was always, I always had that interest in it. So when I first heard about this Pune River Revival group and what work they were doing, I naturally got into that.
So basically, if I say, mostly when people work in a technological domain, like they are technocrat, we can say.
Right.
So can we say that some kind of that human side of the person got diluted over the period of time?
No, I didn't feel that way.
Okay, because the way things are going nowadays, people are becoming so much of corporate.
Right, I understand that happens, but actually my experience was not like that. Especially when I worked in New York, and I saw like my colleagues and especially my experience in the US, they were quite supportive of my family, because actually my son was a baby there. When he was actually born, and I after my maternity leave, when I came back, they were quite helpful. They used to say that you can have flexi timings, you can come early and leave early. Or when he was sick, I used to take days off. Then sometimes they said that okay, if you can work from home, you can work from home. Actually, at that time, working from home was not common. But they said if he's not well, sometimes you can work from home. So they gave me that flexibility. So when I was working, I never felt that human touch was not there. In fact, they were very accommodative, and I felt that that kind of connection and that kind of human that friendship I had with people I worked. And even when I came back, always all the teams that I worked with, we were very friendly and like a family with each other. And today also when I work with people who are passionate for rivers, then also we have that kind of human connection.
Why I specifically went into that domain, because now we are in Pune. And Pune is a big corporate hub, IT hub. And like at least if we can say this younger generation of let's say 30s, they mostly complain about like corporate exploitation.
Yes.
So, and because even after working, like for example, if someone work in a particular setup or particular system for more than 3 decades, naturally he or she tend to become that kind of a person. But somehow you preserve that human aspect of your personality and you tilted towards that, because definitely that might have dominated more than that corporate life. And that's why I asked this question.
No, but even I feel that in corporate life, when I was working in corporate life, there was a lot of, my experience wasn't that bad. I didn't feel that people exploited me, number one. Because, with small kids and manage family and office. So, of course, sometimes it's very stressful. But generally, I have seen somebody always supporting you. Or people always understand that, okay, you are doing both, and they would kind of appreciate that. So that is number one. Number two, I also think that corporate job gives you a lot of other aspects, exposure that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten. That means you kind of you learn the time management skills, or how to look at things objectively, or how to do it effectively. So I think those things are also very important, no matter which work you are doing. Otherwise, you might not be that efficient. You might not be that productive. So I think that helps also. It depends on what you take from that. What is your takeaway?
So was there anything in your corporate life which made you think about the trees, because you have specifically into trees and rivers? Rivers and trees.
Not necessarily anything in the corporate life. I don't think. But because I have been abroad, I think if you see how much greenery is there, or how much cleanliness is there, then you always want to see, or if you look at their rivers, how clean and flowing those rivers are. And when you come back and you see what we have, you would always feel like, what is wrong with our country and how I can contribute and how I can help to improve it. That much I think I will definitely say. It's not related to corporate, but it's definitely your exposure to outside.
So basically that inspiration came from that comparison of the Western approach to protecting their rivers.
Not necessarily inspiration, but I would say that is something that most people would think. When you look at the road, when you look at the garbage, you feel, why only our country is so dirty. Actually, I haven't been to Sri Lanka, but people say even Sri Lanka is a lot cleaner than our country. So that anybody is going to feel, I think.
So, but still, there are many things like we can focus, but you are specifically chosen to, go with the rivers.
That is because, as I said, when I graduated like long time back, more than 30 years back, I was connected to a group that was mainly working on watershed management, and also I had a little bit of background. So I was always more prone to work in that field. That is number one. And number two, it's when I saw what this group Pune River Revival was doing, I was really impressed, because generally what other groups do, if you see anywhere, typically environmentalists have got bad name.
Correct.
Because nowadays, if you see that people use it like a gali, "Arey, ye to environmentalist hai." So it has got a bad name. But the people say that these are the people, they stop everything, they stop all the work, they oppose everything. Ye mat karo, ye hatao, wo mat karo. But when I saw, first time when I saw what Pune River Revival was doing, is that they were giving alternatives. They were giving solutions.
Correct.
And that impressed me so much. Then I understood that this group is really different. They are not just saying, stop that, stop this.
Correct.
This group is doing something positive. So if you see the name of that group also is Pune River Revival. That means they want to revive the rivers. They are not saying that you stop this and stop doing that.
Okay.
So that is why I got involved in that.
So the approach of PRR is
Right.
not basically development versus environmentalism.
No, it's not.
It is the coexistence of both in a
Right.
very different or a comprehensive approach.
Totally. You got that. And it is a very positive movement, a positive kind of work. It's not a negative work. It's not, okay, ye band karo, wo band karo. It's not that. And also it's done in a very scientific manner.
Okay.
So there are a lot of experts involved in it who have a lot of knowledge, and then the approach is always scientific. Okay, based on data, based on studies. So that has also attracted me. Many times also there is another thing that when people think about social work, they think that मैं कोई great हूँ, right? I am somebody big. और तुम बिल्कुल बेचारे हो और मैं आके तुम्हें कोई हेल्प करूंगी या करूंगा. I will donate some money. इन बच्चों को बुक्स नहीं है, ये नहीं है, so I will do this. So that is also important. Of course, people who do not have resources, we have to help them. But many times we see that approach that I am somebody big and I am helping somebody who is in whatever way who needs things. But if you see the work related to say rivers or people even who are working in other fields of environment, say for example air quality, you are also the beneficiary.
Yes,
right? I say you are getting something and giving to other person, so I become the great person who is giving to you. You are the little person. It's not like that. Is that this is the water, this is the air, these are the trees. It's for everybody. So it's not that I'm giving to somebody else. We all are beneficiaries. I am also a beneficiary. I'm doing work and I'm also getting benefit. So I think that's also a very important thing of this. And that is why I feel it is very important. And that is why many people, when they say that you guys are environmentalists, we do not agree with it. We think that it is for all the citizens.
We are basically active citizens.
Yeah, we are all active and responsible citizens.
Yes.
See, we all need water to drink.
Correct.
We all need air to breathe.
Correct.
So it is everybody's responsibility.
Correct.
And we all are beneficiaries.
Correct.
It's not that we are doing some favor on somebody.
Correct. So basically, definitely, any kind of social work or social act we do, that should never come out of the feeling of charity.
Right.
That should come out of the feeling of responsibility. Right?
Exactly.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. That definitely that is the big
exactly. That is
understanding
the most important
we
point.
must follow.
Yeah.
Correct. Apart of to understand the work which you are doing in a more concrete way or at a more micro level, let us go into the depth, keeping Pune in our mind.
Right.
First of all, in a very simplest way, from where you started, like what work you have done or how you have contributed.
Okay, so I will tell, rather than me, I'll tell what our group is doing. And so basically, for telling you what we are doing, first I'll tell you what the problem is.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not only in Pune, but if you see, I have to check Indian figures, but all over Maharashtra, like all cities, if you see in Maharashtra, and I'm sure in India also it will be around the same range, around say 30 to 40% sewage is actually treated. Okay, so what is this? That means whatever, it's not, I'm not only talking about industries. Okay, at least industries have some regulations and somebody checks that. But whatever is in our homes, domestic, whatever is in our bathroom, in our WC, whatever waste is generated, okay, that all wastewater is actually supposed to be treated.
Yes.
But only 30 to 40%. In Pune, it is only 30%.
Mhm.
And in all big cities, all metros, these are the same numbers.
Okay.
Only that much gets treated. The rest of all, so whatever from your bathroom and everything, is the toilet is all getting straight away into rivers.
Right.
So that's why our rivers have become gutters.
Yes.
If you go near river, it starts stinking.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so if you see, like in our culture or religiously also, people say like Devi hai, Mata hai, but actually we have made our rivers gutters. So the first thing we have to do is that we should not allow any untreated sewage in the rivers, and I think that is the most important thing.
Correct.
But we have in our country, we have priorities for everything else.
Yes.
But not this. I mean, you will have budget for building a flyover and a road, but you are not treating sewage. So I think that is the number one thing.
Yes.
So first that has to happen. Now what happens is, because your rivers are gutters,
Yes.
when it is stinking,
Yes.
people go and dump garbage
Yes.
on the river banks, because people think that that is the place. If that is anyway dirty,
Yes.
so they will go, they will throw garbage in the river, on the river banks. So everything is dirty.
Correct.
Then there will be these stray dogs going in that garbage, and then that place becomes even worse.
Yes.
So then people put construction and demolition waste on that. If you see, all this redevelopment is happening, they are constructing buildings. Some people unnecessarily keep on changing their furniture also.
Correct.
So they'll take old wash basin, this, that, they'll go and dump on the river bank. So this is what has happened. The river banks also have become garbage dumping sites. The rivers are stinking anyway. So what is the solution? That we have to first fix this. We have to maintain the river banks. We have to clean the river. Rather than doing that, what the government is doing now is they are building this riverfronts. Okay, which is called as Riverfront Development. We call that as RFD.
Okay. Beautification.
Beautification.
So level of beautification.
Yeah. So they call it beautification. Riverfront Development, they say, but it is a beautification.
Yes.
So basically, the rivers are dying.
Yes.
They have become gutters.
Correct.
So rather than cleaning, rather than focusing on that, what you are trying to do is that you are building these embankments, and then there are walkways. For kilometers and kilometers, you are building walkways on the river bank for people to jog or walk.
Yes.
For what? So really, what you are doing is, it's a construction project.
Correct.
So the name is of river.
It's not
Right?
development.
नहीं, लेकिन नदी का भी कुछ नहीं है.
Correct.
नाम नदी का है, but what you have is a construction project. You are not doing. Are you cleaning the river? No. What you are doing is, you are constructing something on the bank. So it's a construction project.
So again, it is human centric rather than river centric.
Right, and human centric is also construction centric.
Construction.
So construction, whenever there is a construction project, there are always big contracts, big money.
Correct.
So that is what is happening there. So in Pune, so if I have to take the case of Pune, as I said, that only 30% sewage is treated. So what happened is that in 2014, they declared one project which is called as a JICA project.
Okay.
Okay, so this JICA project, which is with Japan International, so it is with Japan's assistance.
Yes. Yes.
So they said that we will build these STPs. STPs are sewage treatment plants. That means you treat the sewage, and then you, after treating, then you leave the water in the river. So they were supposed to build this 11 new STPs.
Okay.
Till now, the construction of STPs is not complete. Now it was declared in 2014.
Okay.
Right? So it's almost 12 years.
Okay.
Now sometime in 2026 they say it will be functional.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope it is.
Correct.
But now, rather than completing that and focusing on it, in 2016 they declared another project, which is called as this RFD, Riverfront Development. Okay. And that project, they really started speedily implementing. So that project picked up speed. And this river cleaning project is on the background. Now what they do is, they market. So these two are separate projects.
Sure.
They have separate budgets.
Mhm.
But this is how they market. They say when they want to do RFD, they tell people, oh, don't you want clean rivers? पानी गंदा रखना है, rivers ऐसे रखनी है. Then people think, oh, this project is needed, but that is a different project.
Correct.
This project is not cleaning river.
Okay.
This project is 4,700 crore rupees project, where they are going to build 44 kilometers on one side. That means if you consider both the banks of the rivers, it is 88 kilometers. For 88 kilometers, they are going to build these embankments and these walkways. Now tell me, who needs walkway for 88 kilometers in a city?
Okay.
If you were to do it for like 2-3 kilometers, one can understand. But who needs 88 kilometers of embankments and walkway?
So basically, what I understood is the main problem here is there is no will or there is no genuine intention.
Right.
All they want to do, be it the government or be it the administration, all they want to do is definitely government, because administration only execute what government decides.
Right.
So all they want to do is the superficial work which is more visible
Right.
to the people as good, not necessarily good.
Right. And why it is not good, now I'll tell you. Okay. First of all, you are going to put so much of hard construction.
Correct.
All your walkways is going to be cement, concrete and all
Correct.
that. Now they always tell you that how that Ahmedabad riverfront is good. But if you go to Ahmedabad riverfront also, after morning 8:39 you cannot sit there because it is so hot.
Yes.
Okay, if you construct something on the river bank is very hot. You cannot actually sit there.
Correct.
And it is another story that water is still stinking. So why will you go and sit on the river bank when the water is
The root
stinking?
cause has not been resolved.
Yeah, that is not resolved. And now in Pune, the river bank, which is called as riparian zone. Riparian zone means the transition zone between water and soil. So there is a transition zone.
Correct.
So there are lots of trees that grow in that transition zone.
Correct.
And some trees are specifically in that, are supposed to be in that zone.
Correct.
You know, you will not see those elsewhere.
Yes.
Like in Marathi we say waluns, currants.
Yes.
Those are the trees they grow in that
That
riparian
is a
zone.
buffer zone basically.
Exactly, that is the buffer zone. So not only trees, there are like shrubs, there are grasses. Now there are certain kinds of grasses that grow in there. On that there will be dragonflies and damselflies. Now what they do, they eat mosquitoes, mosquito larvae, mosquito eggs.
Correct.
So that's how they control the mosquito population.
Correct.
See, the whole
Ecosystem.
biodiversity and ecosystem is there. There will be some small insects,
Correct.
then there will be frogs, there are snakes, there are butterflies, there are birds. This whole ecosystem is
So
there.
that is basically natural cycle.
Right.
And sorry to interrupt, but as the way you have given the clarification and the comparison, river development, that development of embankment, we will call it a concretization basically, because that emits the heat that reflects the heat, and that contribution to the greenhouse gases. So that is the one negative consequence which people cannot understand, because that level of scientific understanding people needs.
Right.
Correct. And secondly, concretization may look beautiful, but the root cause has not resolved.
Actually, it doesn't even look beautiful because if you see, even for a little small child, you go to first, second standard child, you tell them to draw something beautiful. They always draw these, mountains, then one
Sun.
river flowing, and then they will draw
Sunrise.
green trees.
Correct.
Does anybody draw this staircase
Yes.
and cement concrete when you talk about beauty? Nobody. People always will draw greenery,
Correct.
river, mountain,
Correct.
birds flying.
Correct.
So that is the definition of beauty also. So this is not even beautiful.
Yes.
So basically, this riparian zone is, why is it important? As one thing I told you, not only about mosquitoes,
Correct.
but of course it controls the temperature,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Because otherwise there is going to be this heat dynamic.
Osmoregulation.
But it is also important for flood control. So what
That is
happens
the
when?
main- yes.
So this is what we call as floodplain. Is the place adjacent to the river, right?
Correct.
Where the river floods
Correct.
in the monsoon.
Correct.
So that space belongs to the river. It is not our space. It is
Yes.
the river's space to flood.
Correct.
And because of these trees and grasses and all that, the water percolates there. It stops that water. Okay, so
Correct.
it will stop that. It will reduce the speed also.
Correct.
And also whatever water you have in the city, that also will flow to the river.
Correct.
And it will get percolated.
Correct.
So that is also important for flood control, for your groundwater recharge, because there is exchange of surface water and groundwater. That's what is happening in that zone.
Correct.
So that zone is important for that, for biodiversity, for temperature control, so there are hundreds of uses. That is why it is like this.
And again, most importantly, natural cleaning or purification of the water.
Exactly. Natural purification of water happens because of those shrubs and grasses that are there. So all this is important. What we are doing is we are destroying this natural mechanism, and then you are building something which is going to heat up.
Correct.
And which is going to give rise to the temperature. So it is all bad for us. What are you going to do there? You will put some chowpatty, some coffee shops, and then you are saying that we are boosting economy. But you can boost economy in other way also. You can give jobs for people to keep the bank clean. Right?
Correct.
And
that is the much needed.
Much needed thing. You monitor. Like how when you are going in the city, if somebody is there, somebody has a job to monitor and give you parking ticket and all that, where you park. You can keep people for monitoring riverbank. That can also be done. No? Everywhere you don't need a coffee place and chowpatty and something like that. So that is one thing. And they say that we are giving access to people. So that is why we have given them alternatives, saying that you can give like natural trails. When all the things are there, like trees and all the biodiversity, people can come there for bird watching. They can come there like a walk in the trees, and we currently do it on one of the river banks, like on the Mula river bank. We do that, and you can do like cultural programs, like we sometimes do some poetry recitation, some Kabir Bhajan, and those kind of programs we have done there. So in that greenery actually, people can gather together. You give natural trails, or you can give boardwalks in some places. When there is like a wetland or something, you can give elevated boardwalks. So it will be little above ground, and there will be a boardwalk, and people can go there. For that, you don't have to destroy the biodiversity. You don't have to cut down all the trees, and you don't have to do any hard construction. So what I was telling you about these alternatives, so this is what is done. And if you give people some observation deck for bird watching and natural trails or boardwalk, then people can come. And those kind of, so you give that kind of riverfront. You want to give access to people, you give without destroying anything. And that is exactly what we have been telling. And why they are doing this? Because the moment you build embankment, then the land adjacent to the river, they are going to use for commercial. So this project has got nothing to do with it. It is a real estate development project. Pune is one of the examples where we are strongly opposing it. But they are doing it everywhere. They are doing it on the banks of Yamuna in Delhi, then Lucknow, Gomati Nadi. Then they are doing in South Kosi River. They are doing in Nasik Godavari River. Now they are also going to do in Pimpri Chinchwad. Everywhere they are doing this riverfront projects. In some places they are also doing it to lakes. So if they are not even leaving the lakes alone, they are going to build some front for the lake also. So everywhere if you do construction, where is that water going to percolate? If you see how that streets are always waterlogged, because we haven't left any space for the water to percolate in the ground. So we are losing the groundwater, and we are always having these flooded streets. That is because we don't have any green spaces. So we have to have green spaces. If you also see, they always give you examples of, that there is a riverfront in London, it is in Paris, it is in New York. But do you know when was that built? London riverfront was built 150 years back.
Okay.
Paris was also around the same time. Even New York was done more than 100 years back. So at that time, whatever was our understanding, knowledge, they did based on that.
Correct.
Okay. Now at that time, people used to go in that carts, right? Horse carts.
Yes.
Now, do we go around in the horse cart? No. Then they later on, I think when that New York Riverfront was done, around that time there might be train engines on that coal. Are we using train engines? No, right? So somebody that they did 100 or 150 years back, you cannot do that today and call it development, because after that our knowledge has improved. They have seen the disadvantages of that, and in Western countries, in many places, in Germany, in Switzerland, in many places, they are removing these embankments and they are trying to bring the rivers in the natural form. They are connecting the rivers again to the floodplains. Okay. Then Netherlands is having a special program for this. That is, they call Room for the River. So they say that this is rivers space, it's river's room. So let's give it back to the river. It is not for ours to encroach. So they are doing this. And they launched this Room for the River program in 2006. That means they understood this 20 years back. And today, in 2026, in so many Indian cities, we are doing something that others are undoing. So this is ridiculous. So that is what we are trying to tell them, that do not spend money on this. It's our money. It is our taxpayers' money that we are spending on destroying our
own ecosystem and borders.
Exactly. So don't do that, and do not call it development. It is not development. Developed countries are removing these embankments.
Specifically, this understanding of environment and the relationship of the environment and the people, or the entire comprehensive biodiversity, like what is the relationship of us with the water and this entire thing. That has, if we see, this is a very recent domain. Environment itself as an academic domain is a very recent domain. And now people, specifically Western countries, they have really understood things. They are taking efforts. We have also understood it. We cannot say that we don't know. We have been participating into so many conferences related to the environment, climate change. At a government level, we are already doing that. Like climate change, UNFCCC, Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement. So many things we are doing. Even at the national level, there is a national action plan for climate change. It means government knows and government scientifically understands what are the advantages and disadvantages of everything. There is a project like Ganga, Clean Ganga, Namami Ganga initiative. So these things are there. So one thing is clear, that even at the government level, at the administrative level, things we know. So is the problem about pollution of the river, or is the problem is about governance or lack of governance by the administration, or is the main problem we think is the general awareness of the common people, lack of general awareness of the common people? Because end of the day, now you are aware, you know, you have been to New York and London and everywhere, and you are raising the voice. But the day everyone will start raising the voice, like recently there was a protest of Cockroach Janata Party, which has resulted into the resignation of one cabinet minister, which is a big thing. So that can we say that was the issue? Paperly was the issue, was probably directly related and to the people,
to their life and career and everything.
Correct. And to the youths, and basically that's why they were able to like mobilize people. And somewhere there were also sentiment against the government. Somewhere there was, because of the Instagram and all these things like just pop up. But why this is not happening? Because I personally think, based on whatever discussion we are doing, government won't dare to go, because government know that people don't understand, and that's why we can like just mock them or just tell them that this is a developmental project. This is not at all development, because we are just making concretization, a barrier of a concrete between the air and water and soil, which has to, like, the entire cycle, like water must go inside and it could refresh. So that we are stopping, and we have like, why we are not still understanding every urban city have in some extent, like the Chennai floods, Mumbai floods, and so many, like because of the concretization and this creation of the barrier, we are witnessing the floods at such a level, and that to the normal people. Even if we go deeper to the issue, we can understand the poor specifically. They are the ones who are affecting,
Totally.
and not just infrastructure wise, but even health.
Everywhere.
Somewhere the water loggage and floods, these are creating these mosquitoes and so many problems, especially whenever there is a change in the season, like whenever the rainy season is there, everyone gets the viral and all these things. These have become a common thing in India, and
Right.
we accept it as a change of a season.
Yeah.
But it's not just a change of season.
Right.
So the main question is, are we as a people not giving due attention to these things?
I'll tell you what happens is that people don't go deep into anything. Okay, we look at things very superficially. Maybe because we are busy with other things or whatever it is. So, if you, as I said, if you go near the river, it is going to stink, right? The rivers are stinking. There is garbage dumped on the river bank.
Yes.
So the way they say is that, oh, ये कितना गंदा दिख रहा है, right? So government is doing something about it. So they don't understand what they are doing. That the differentiation about cleaning the river or the river bank, that is only needed. Only clean the rivers, that means don't put sewage in it.
Correct.
You don't have to clean, you just stop making it dirty. Don't put sewage in it. And keep the river banks clean. Only you have to do these two things, everything will be automatically great.
Correct.
But rather than thinking that people think, oh, this is itna ganda hai, something has to be done, or abhi kuch to riverfront ka project aa raha hai. So they think that these problems will get fixed, but actually these problems will not get fixed in that. In fact, we will lose trees and birds and biodiversity. So nobody goes in that nitty-gritty. And it is also because it is marketed like that. Because if you see, in the Pune politician has marketed Europe jaisa riverfront Pune mein. So he will show you the London picture, which I said which was done 150 years back. And he says, I'm making Pune like London. Of course, people are going to think, oh, that is great. And then there is this big wheel called London Eye. So he says, I'm going to put one wheel on Pune river bank also. And what will you do sitting in the wheel? Will you see gutter down? I mean, so the point is that is how they are marketing. So many people, when even we say that the riverfront project in its current form is bad, many people think, oh, you want to keep rivers like this, you want to keep rivers dirty and the banks stinking. So that is why I always say we don't want it in current form. The current form is thing very important. Otherwise, people think that you want it as is, and that means, and then there is something wrong with you, because when rivers are so dirty, why are you opposing the project? So that clarity, I believe, is not there. The moment we know that this is different, I think many more people will understand it. That is one thing. And second thing is, you are getting water from the dam directly. So in Pune, from Khadakvasta dam, you directly get water. In PCMC, you directly get from Pauna dam. Right? Yes. So the water where your sewage is going, that is going downstream.
Correct.
So that is going to villages and places after Pune.
Correct.
So Puneites are not feeling the heat of that sewage.
Correct.
So I think that is one reason. If we make a law that every city's sewage should go to your upstream, then people will come on streets. Lakhs and lakhs people will come on street. If you know that this sewage will come in your drinking water, it is going in somebody else's drinking water. Of course, they are also, taking some crops on that water, which you are essentially eating that, or maybe some cows and buffaloes are drinking that water, and you are drinking the same milk. But nobody thinks that much. But the main point is, currently what happens, the city is putting sewage in the river in the city, but you are getting water from upstream, from the dam. If we make some rule or law that every city, every village, there, whatever sewage is there will be put upstream, that means it will come in your water, then nobody will ever tolerate this. I think that is the problem, because I am, as you said, for this education related things, people are directly affected.
Correct.
Because I am the person, I am not getting admission, I am not getting a job, my people. So it is about me. What is happening here that people, at least city people, are not directly impacted by the sewage.
Correct.
That is why they are not, lakhs of people are not coming on the street.
So the main problem, can we say that a lack of awareness
Yes.
and a complete understanding is the main problem, because here I can see even the definition of beauty is also so much superficial, which is being maybe manufactured, or maybe people think because since the independence we have always been comparing.
Right.
We are importing things.
Right.
If we see, be it our institutions, even the culture, and even the food habits and everything we are importing, and we are trying to import the similar thing rather than understanding. Like beautiful river for the people is not something there is too much of soil, or there is too much of what we say soil and trees and some like all some animals. That is probably not the beautiful for people. And what beautiful for people is that something concretization is made where we can sit, and probably this narrow understanding of beauty, because the way you said a kid would draw a picture, that will be different.
Right.
We will never add in this manufactured things.
Right.
But people now think beautiful is something, yes, what a view is there. Like we can sit there, we can go for a jogging there, and that is somehow the definition of beauty which has into the subconscious of the people, which is
not
affecting.
not really. Even there are a lot of western rivers where they have preserved. As I said, that other than these 2-3 examples, because now it is very difficult to remove those river fronts, because now there are 100-story buildings near that, so now it is very difficult to remove it. But there are many places where they have removed it and made it in a natural form. So you can see many western countries, many rivers which are naturally beautiful. There is natural riparian zone, and there will be some way to there will be a natural trail to jog and something. Like people, especially people near Pune and Maharashtra people, they always go for treks on all these good, right? All the forts. And they find it beautiful. People will post those pictures on Instagram that I went to this girl, I went to that girl, because they think that is beautiful. That is why they go there. I think people do not know that it is possible to have the same thing in their own city, on the river bank. The same beauty is possible. That is because currently in many places there is garbage dumped and there is a lot of destruction. So we will have to restore that beauty, and actually there are some sample stages. We have to take people there, showing that see, this is. Sometimes when I show those pictures, okay, people don't believe it is from Pune. There are more than 130 types of birds on the banks of Mura. Many experts have in our group have done survey. They have taken counts. They have done tree mappings. So if you see how many species are there and how many birds are there, it's beautiful. And people who go there for a river walk or for bird watching, they experience it. But many people are not even aware of that. At least we have to take them to the river banks which are still in good condition. So then they will know it.
Also, as you mentioned that people go to the forts. Like even we travel, if we travel to like Pune to Mumbai through this express we can witness the beauty of the nature, and which even cannot be captured in the cameras. It is so grand.
It is so beautiful.
Yes. So, but if I am not wrong, are we taking it only aesthetically? Like it looks aesthetic,
right?
Rather than beauty, rather than natural beauty, because the same person goes to some forts or somewhere else nearby Pune. There are so many beautiful places, and that is the best part of the Pune or the nearby region. Many people stay Pune not for the job or any employment, but because it is completely green and situated in the Western Ghats, and that's why we can just during rainy seasons or any other time if you go, it is a very natural, beautiful thing, sir. But we post it on the Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and on the YouTube, and we only look it as a aesthetic. but we are not really like trying to go
Connected to it. Not
connecting,
really connected to it.
connecting to it, that it is beautiful because it is preserved or it is intact in its original form.
Right.
Correct? That is not we are understanding.
I
When
think
it
that
comes to-
understanding is not there. Right.
Okay.
I think people don't understand that for that beauty you see because it is preserved, and
Right.
that needs to be done even in the city.
In the same thing.
And that is not something you go somewhere on weekend and see, but that can be here itself.
Right.
That people do not understand.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, what kind of measures we are taking? Like, even if we talk about the organization you are associated, not organization, but a civil society
Right.
or a group.
Right.
So, what actions you are taking to make awareness? Because I think here the main thing is that to create awareness,
Right.
so that there are more than 1,000 people. Like now, there are hundreds of people like raising voice for the same thing. If more than 100, like 1,000 people, then lakhs of people start raising the voice, definitely
Right.
government will have to take the action, because
Exactly.
government is loose in every aspect until and unless people are not actively raising their voice for
Right.
that concern. Because government not necessarily will go into deeper and cleaning the. There is not easy task.
Right.
And also government, no matter any particular party or particular leader, it is about every government. They are having a policy paralysis. They don't work so swiftly. Right?
Right.
Like you are, I don't understand when you can build infrastructure when across the world also we have seen so many examples that even the road has been built in few hours. Like we have Japanese technologies, we have so
Right.
many technologies, and we are collaborating with them.
Mhm.
So why we can't clean rivers? Why it is taking, like even government takes the timeline for at least 10 years?
Yeah.
Correct. And I think if the similar kind of pressure is like in 10 days or 20 days or within a month, we have successfully like demanded the resignation of one minister. Why can't we put similar kind of pressure on the government, because that is needed, and then government may definitely bring the technology, and you're already from the technology domain, you know artificial intelligence, you know technological understanding, so we are very much sure that we are capable enough technologically that we can definitely, if the political will and the will of the people is there, we can definitely revive the river to their originality.
Exactly. Yes.
Correct.
That is what we want. We want
Correct.
the river revival.
Correct.
Right.
And which includes definitely, first of all, that cleaning of entire thing. Secondly, not allowing the sewage, and thirdly, not allowing any kind of concretization around the river, and keeping the space of the river intact.
Right.
Which is, we can say, the right of the river.
Right.
But here, the kind of pressure we need is not coming from the citizen itself because of lack of awareness. So what we are doing in that context?
We are doing like various things. First of all, social media is there. In the main media, like newspaper and all, we write articles because we think that social media is good. But if you see, one newspaper goes to lakhs of homes.
Correct.
So that is also important. You have to do all. But we also had a march in 2025 February. In Pune, which was a Chipko march, because that was when the trees were numbered there. So around 5,000 people in Pune walked that day, and it was a big thing. And actually, Sonam Mamchuk sir had come here. Sayaji Shinde was there, and it was a big event. So of course, then also there are two things, like, because we reached out to people came and walked for the trees, the riparian trees that is on the river banks, and they also got to see how much biodiversity, how much that greenery is there on the river banks. You know what wealth we have and we are not aware of. So they also got to see that, and of course there was media coverage. So that is one thing, but it is not always possible. You cannot organize this march like every 4 months or 6 months, because then people will not come. It becomes a routine. So that was there. Then we also talk to different political leaders. We also have meetings with the administration, and we have been meeting with the PMC and TCMC commissioner. And one thing we have been able to successfully do is, since February, the work is on hold. Because we are discussing with them and we are saying that let's look at the alternatives. Let's see how we can save. At least what how we can save the eco hotspots, like ecological hotspots are there. There are so many birds, like peacocks are there, painted storks are there, and their habitats are there. So we are saying that, okay, how can we save? So let's discuss. So at least since February, as of now, the work is on hold. I'm not saying the problem is solved, but at least we are discussing that, and we are reaching out to more people. And I'm sure that how much ever is happening in Pune, that much is not happening in other cities. So that's why we want our Pune model
to be reflected.
And I want whatever work we are doing to be successful, so that then it can be replicated as well.
As an example.
Yeah. It will set a different example. That is what we are telling even the government and the local administration, that if you do it here properly, it will be an example in the whole country. Everybody will look at us and say, okay, this is how we have to preserve river banks, and this is how we have to clean up the rivers.
But is it not becoming in any way a big political issue for the people, to be matter for the politician, or to be matter for the people?
It is not like a big thing happening, because there are so many things currently in the political discussion. But at least as of now, it is definitely one topic of discussion. It is not the big, but it is at least one of the topics of discussion. If you see, like 10 years back, none of the parties had environment in their agenda. But now in their, like, whatever state elections, last state elections were there, every party, or even the corporate elections, every party had at least something under the heading of environment. Okay, whether it is river, trees, tekdi, that is the hills. Okay, so these things were at least in their agenda. So things are changing. It's not changing as much as we want to.
The pace we want, but
but at least now it is coming in their manifesto. Now it is being discussed. Now they have to take a stand. So that topic has become at least that much important. And these things are not suddenly going to happen. Like when, for anything, like when we said that women's education, suddenly all women didn't get educated, but somebody somewhere started, and more people. So that is how it is going.
Definitely. So the movement has started, and we can definitely see the reflection of the efforts into the policies of the government, into the actions of the government, also in some way or other, if not in a more.
I mean, they are taking a notice.
Yes.
They cannot ignore this. That much I can say.
A part of that, with the help of technology, you have also contributed. Before we were discussing about the thumb, and that has now converted into the Diksha.
No, except platform.
Except platform.
Yeah, Diksha.
Yes, the except platform, which has been converted into the Diksha platform. So basically, we cannot ignore the main topic, which is education, which you have worked for. Maybe on a technical level, but also at a social level. So how it has been?
How the digital,
like what was the motto, or what impact you were expecting?
Actually, because at that time when I started working in that field of technology for education, this was before COVID. And it was new for people, having some kind of tablet or something. So with Pratham, when I worked, there was no internet in villages and all. So we had to give offline content on the tablet, and we had given, I mean, of course we had some sponsors. So the sponsor would give one tablet for 4 or 5 children, and then they would be able to use that for education purposes. So that was really good, because we started with 25 villages, then scaled up to 200, and then we went to 10,000 villages. So the pilot was 25 villages, and like when we scaled up, we went to 10,000 villages. So I would say that was really good, because we went to villages where there was no internet connection. So otherwise those kids would not have had any exposure. And by the time of COVID, I had stopped that work, but I can definitely see that how it would have helped. Because for COVID we were ready, because this platform was already there. And civil extent was a big thing because it was conceptualized by Nandini Reddy.
Correct.
And it is a platform where you can do everything, like you can see lesson, then you can do question answers, so that was again the concept behind that was universalization of education.
Correct.
So anybody everywhere can read there, learn.
Correct.
So I think that is pretty good. And some of the things I learned is that in the city we think that most children go to private schools.
Correct.
But still, when I look at the statistics and I learned that most children, even today, are in the government school.
Okay.
That I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of learning for me also. It's not just you contributing, you learn a lot, you understand a lot.
Good. So coming back to again the main topic of the river, right of river. Like river is also an organic.
Right, rivers
biological
also has
entity.
rights. Right.
So because we can talk, we are human beings, we can fight for our rights, we are fighting. And I think river may also fight one other day, but that will create a devastation
Right.
for the human population
Right.
itself. So what kind of right rivers have?
There are actually different. There is an international organization, and they have spelled out the rights of rivers.
Okay.
Like right to flow is one of the right. Okay, right of river. Then right to connect with floodplains.
Okay.
Like that, there are 6-7 rights. I don't remember all,
Yes,
but right to have the biodiversity. So all these, so there are these rights of rivers, and there is an international organization, and in some places in the world they have recognized rivers as living bodies.
Yes.
So of course, the rivers have rights, and we have to understand that.
Correct.
I mean, we, as I said before, like we say that Devi hai, Mata hai, but
Correct.
we are
That is
not.
not going to be.
No. But if you, that is also, but then you do something for that. No?
Correct.
You can't just say that and then keep rivers
Like
in
when
this
you
condition.
like devote and pray to the river like goddess, you also look at treatment you are
Exactly.
giving.
Exactly.
So I think that kind of psychological message we need to do to create more awareness. Because if we scientifically tell people, because whenever you have to create something, you need to first identify your like base.
Right.
Correct? Like
Right.
what kind of composition you have in a demography. If we see our demography, definitely we are a mix of emotional plus kind of people, the emotional,
Right.
religious, sentimental people.
Right.
We have to convey something which is scientific. Because if we convey something emotional and sentimental, easily we can mobilize people.
Right.
And that politicians and smart leaders know. And probably that is one of the factors we are not able to catch the attention to the rivers
Right.
of the people and of the government.
Right.
But I think if we similar thing, like because it's a matter of marketing. Again, the corporate people, they do advertisement of like jewelries in such a way that it connect to the people at an emotional level.
Right.
If we do the same, do you think that it will create more appeal?
It might, but again, it will need a lot of investment if we have to create something like that. I mean, we have created small reels or videos, say 2 minutes or something, but something big of that level that can really touch people. It will need a big investment, and you never know. Even these big directors in Bollywood and all, even they don't know whether their film will be successful or not. They put like crores and crores, and there is still no formula that it will work. So yes, it is important, but we do not know
also
how to.
Also, when the topic of conservation of the nature or environment is there, it is into the literature, but that too only into the like books or articles in the newspaper.
Right.
Correct. As you mentioned about the directors Bollywood, that's why this question came into my mind. This thing is there only into the one kind of literature. It is not prominently into the another form of literature, which is film. Which is
Right.
very
It is not
impactful.
there. Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there have been so many films made on even the women's empowerment, we can say, on the politics, on the education also
There are films even on education, but
yes.
not on
not
these
only
topics.
I think
Right. They have to take such topics, and even if they don't take this as the main topic, okay, but the main topic can be anything. But even if they show some things on such environment related things, that will also be helpful. Like they will show some girl is a fashion designer or something like that. Even if they show that instead of fashion designer, somebody is doing river conservation or something related to environment, that can also help. Because then that becomes a cool thing to do. If you are a hero or a heroine is doing it, then it becomes a cool thing to do.
Like why they are not showing someone hero who protects the rivers?
Exactly. Who protects rivers or any forest, who is fighting to protect forests. We should have something.
Because that is the narrative we need to create.
Exactly.
Right from the top level. Because from the grassroots level, yes, the movement has to be grassroots. But for that, the agenda has to come from the top.
Come from there, and somebody has to show like that.
Yes,
exactly.
And now, when even if we see the generation, like the upcoming generation is someone who is not going to listen to the government also. So even only the film he is going to be the major. Like if tomorrow the prime minister or some other ministers come and they start giving delivering speech about this environmental conservation, probably the Gen Z generation, which we call them, they may not listen to that. But if some a kind of movie like Imtiaz Ali or some a good director,
exactly.
Because I believe that it's not about the story which you want to tell; it's the way you tell.
Exactly.
And if the prominent like media of literature or this thing, if they take up this issue,
it will definitely make a big difference. Like at least in Hollywood, you see some movies like that. Erin Brockovich movie, where Julia Roberts takes up the issue of contaminated water and how it affected people's health. So that whole movie is on that, and I think she got Oscar for that particular role. So it's really a very famous movie. We also, do not have that.
Yes, I remember, like I have not seen more of Hollywood movies, but I have seen like there is Michael Jackson song. The name is Earth.
Oh.
That is really that. I don't know. It was probably made before at least 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But after looking at the video of the song, you can clearly see the way the entire ecosystem has been devastated. All the rivers are dried up, everything, and why the revival is necessary. Otherwise, what would happen to the life of the people? There is also such kind of like, because in India, prominently Bollywood is more into romantic movies.
Exactly.
But we
or
need
action.
Yes.
Or action.
Now it is into technology and all these things. But yes, this is the issue which remains untouched even by the major prominent literature.
Right, and they need to take that up. It's true.
Okay. So overall, I think it was really a good discussion about environment, river, and it is an unending topic definitely, because at the end of the day, more and more people like you, they should come forward, because and it really needs a lot of courage to like part ways from the big corporate successful job and to contributing something, no matter even if you don't acknowledge, but still I would say that in a way, by raising voice for the rivers protection and trees protection, you think you are just working as an active citizen. That is really a good thing. You are being very humble, but in a literal sense, you are definitely helping the entire community, because your efforts, if they are turning into the reality, definitely that is going to help me and every one of us which are not even actively working for that. So that is truly appreciable. So it was really nice talking to you.
Thank you much, and thank you for inviting me, and I'm happy to reach out to so many students and so many young people, because this is an important topic, and it's just not just in Pune. Even though I'm working in Pune, it's happening all over India. So it is really important that we reach out to so many young people all over India.
No, and definitely I can tell you, because from my core, I am also like environmentalist, because if whenever there is a wastage of water,
right,
it feels
exactly
bad to me.
It really pinches.
Whenever there is whenever I see someone is cutting the trees, it is very personal to me. I don't know why, but I get emotional.
Right.
So whenever there is like killing to animals or anything, and most importantly the rivers.
Right.
So definitely, like I have never been into touch with with someone
Pune
where I
River,
have,
yeah.
yeah, like any activist,
Hmm.
because I am into teaching.
Right.
I teach political science subject.
Right.
There also I teach, there is one environmental movement. That topic is there.
Right.
But I would really like to contribute even from my side. I want to also
Sure.
work and associate with for the cause, because I
Yeah,
feel
we'll definitely let you know our upcoming programs and all that. And if you can, not only for you, even for all our viewers, you can follow us on Instagram. You can search for Pune River Revival. We are on Instagram, and I know all your people are on
yes,
Instagram.
yes.
And you can also, if you go to YouTube and search for Pune River Revival, we have a lot of educational, informative videos are there, because we conduct a webinar every Wednesday, and then later on we upload everything there. There might be some webinars in Marathi, but many are in English also. So there is a lot to learn from that channel as well.
So definitely, I would like to share all these like channels to our viewers and whatever the medias we have.
Right.
And thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a pleasure.